What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Darium's Competitive Pokemon. Today's card of the day is Choice Band. This is the new beautiful Choice Band from the Burning Shadows expansion. Super stoked that this version of this card exists, and just for such a great card such as Choice Band. I mean, when you're talking about Choice Band as far as reviewing it, there's almost nowhere good to start. I mean, where do you start? This card is like hot sauce. You can literally put it in just about anything and it will be effective. It'll be great. Choice Band is one of the best cards released recently and is going to find its way in tons and tons of decks. I highly suggest picking up at least a playset of Choice Band now if you don't already own them, because you will find yourself needing Choice Band for almost every deck that you build in the upcoming probably 2 years. Choice Band is just a tool card, so you can attach it to one of your Pokemon that doesn't already have a Pokemon tool attached to it. And it reads: the attack of the Pokemon this card is attached to does 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon GX or active Pokemon EX before applying weakness and resistance. So Choice Band is great because it gives your Pokemon 30 extra damage to help take down those Pokemon EX and Pokemon GX that just have a really large amount of hit points, right? You could put it on your Pokemon GX to help damage other Pokemon GX, which is great. Some of you that have been playing the game for a while might remember a similar card, Silver Bangle, right? Silver Bangle was a card that did 30 more damage to Pokemon EX. However, you had to attach it to a non-EX Pokemon. Choice Band is just literally better than Silver Bangle in almost every aspect. There's literally no reason to play Silver Bangle at all in expanded format anymore, because Choice Band just outclasses it. You can attach it to your Pokemon EX, you can attach it to your Pokemon GX and your non-EX and GX Pokemon, and it increases damage to both GX and EX. So fantastic in that regard. 30 damage is a lot if we compare it to its competition, right? We got Silver Bangle, totally outclasses Silver Bangle. Then we have Muscle Band. Muscle Band is a tool card that adds 20 damage to all Pokemon, right? Anybody can wear it, and it increases your damage by 20 to all Pokemon. So it is slightly worse as far as your damage modification than Choice Band is. It's not legal in standard format, so this is an expanded format card. However, it is useful for doing extra damage to non-EX and GX Pokemon. Say Greninja Break, for example. Greninja Break has 170 hit points, which can be very hard for some decks to take down. And Muscle Band helps you get there for that 170 damage, whereas Choice Band is not going to help your attackers take down Greninja at all. In standard format, however, Choice Band doesn't have to compete with Muscle Band at all. In expanded format, I think you will see maybe some decks considering continuing to consider Muscle Band. Maybe, if they happen to have a specific problem with taking down maybe Greninja or Raikou. But most decks, I suspect, in expanded will still probably favor Choice Band. In standard, the only competition for damage modification as far as a tool card goes that Choice Band has is Fighting Fury Belt. Now, Fighting Fury Belt does have the added bonus of adding 40 more hit points to your Pokemon that it is attached to, and it increases the damage done by that Pokemon by 10 to the opponent's active. So it gives you a plus 40, plus 10, plus 40 hit points, plus 10 damage, whereas Choice Band just gives you plus 30 to EX and GX. Most players, I'm finding, are choosing Choice Band as their tool of choice instead of Fighting Fury Belt. Now, at the international championships, the North American International Championships, some Volcanion lists were choosing to play Fighting Fury Belt. Some Darkrai lists, the Turbo Dark decks, were also choosing to play a split, maybe a copy of Fighting Fury Belt, but then also a couple copies of Choice Band. There is some benefit to playing a split between the two. Fighting Fury Belt could be a great card for giving your Pokemon, your basic Pokemon, I forgot to mention that Fighting Fury Belt can only go on basics, where Choice Band can be attached to evolutions. So Fighting Fury Belt can give your basic Pokemon EX and GX a nice boost in hit points, which can make it so that the opponent will whiff knockouts, crucial knockouts on those Pokemon. Specifically, Zoroark lists at the International Championships were not playing Field Blower. So a lot of times, the opponent, if they put a Fighting Fury Belt on their basic, that would just be 40 more hit points that the opponent, if there was opponents playing Zoroark, could not nerf that kind of wall in any kind of way if they weren't playing Field Blower. So it was a nice little meta call that those players made. Choice Band, however, is the card that I prefer. In most situations, Choice Band is going to be the superior card. And the reason why is that Choice Band can always be effective when you play it. So you can hold Choice Band in your hand and then choose to play it down on your Pokemon right as you're about to attack. Now, in some situations, you can't always do this. Say you're about to play Professor Sycamore and discard your hand, right? And you have 2 copies of Choice Band. You're probably just going to lay those down on whichever Pokemon you happen to have in play before you play the Sycamore. Unless, you really plan on getting a Float Stone or some other tool to put on a Pokemon, then you might just discard the Choice Band if you needed a Float Stone for your active or something like that. But otherwise, in those circumstances, yes, you may have to play the Choice Band in a not ideal situation, even if you're not planning on attacking. However, in the middle of the game, a lot of times you can hold on to your Choice Band until the perfect moment to play it. And the reason you do this is because if you play your Choice Band down too early, your opponent can use Field Blower to knock off your Choice Band before you get to use it for this kind of crucial one-hit knockout that you might have been planning. Choice Band is great because it just gives you a plus 30, and then if your opponent does not Field Blower it away, it stays on that Pokemon and allows you to do plus 30, every time you attack from then on out until that Pokemon gets knocked out or until Choice Band leaves play. So it's just a great damage modifier and it's kind of just been unparalleled as far as just its ability to add damage onto Pokemon's attacks. Choice Band gives a lot of life to non-EX and non-GX decks as well. I mean, Choice Band is going to go great in Night March in the expanded format. It goes great in Greninja right now because it allows Greninja to just hit bigger numbers with its Shadow Stitching and with that Moonlight Slash attack against Pokemon EX and Pokemon GX. And Choice Band also went very well in Vespiquen until it just rotated. So Choice Band pretty much going to go in most decks in standard format in the upcoming year. I highly suggest picking up as many copies as you can because the card will surely raise in price coming up here not too long in the future. Choice Band's going to be one of those item cards, and I'm talking about the regular one. This one will be very expensive. Don't get me wrong. This one is going to, probably be upwards of 20, 30 bucks. It's probably there right now, but I mean, will then decrease once the set, kind of becomes more widely available, and then will eventually increase again just because of how widely this card is played. But then the regular art will probably, if I had to guess, hover eventually somewhere around $4 or $5. And that's, maybe a year down the road if it doesn't get reprinted. This version of this card means the Choice Band's going to be legal even longer because the Secret Rare just came out. So we're at least going to get 2 years on this guy. So I definitely suggest picking up your Choice Bands. It goes good in everything, just about everything. Very few decks. Maybe some decks want to play other tool cards instead or just don't have the space, But Choice Band, great card, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up. Pick it up if you don't already have it because it's going to help your deck building exponentially. All right, that's it for the card of the day. Thank you all for checking it out. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video. Peace.